watching Soundwaves TV. Chasta back with the Sam Chase, who is, of course, part of the Soundwaves family.
Oh, shucks.
I never know why I'm here interviewing you because you can do all this stuff yourself. I mean, you've hosted full episodes before.
I have hosted one full episode
and we
before.
need to do that again.
That was going to be my second question. Yeah, I would love to do it again.
Sam TV. That was really fun.
It was so much fun, and it really catered to my, giant ego that needs to be.
Your narcissism.
Yeah, it was so nice to just be given a TV show.
Right?
I highly recommend if any of you ever have an hour to kill, make a TV show all about yourself. It's so fun.
Really fills your cup. It does.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen you since you got married.
Mm-hmm.
At Kiki in the house too. Whoop whoop. Shout out. She's right behind the camera. You and Kiki are the freaking cutest couple I've ever seen ever in existence. And I do have to tell you, that was the best wedding. And I don't mean like, oh, the food was great or the drinks were great or whatever. I'm talking about like heartfelt, precious moments between people that you love. It was the coolest crowd of people. And it was just like, it was freaking heartwarming. I almost really cussed there. It was a freaking heartwarming night.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was 300 of our closest friends and just no drama. Everybody there was just, I mean, there were no, weak links in the friend group.
Yeah.
Every single person that was there, including yourself.
I was honored to be in the room. Yeah.
Was, just our tight family.
Yeah.
And it was so incredible to be able to look out at everybody having such a good time. And we were just talking about, we had a bar tab that was the bulk of the wedding cost.
Yeah.
$5,000 bar tab. I'm thinking that'll last all night.
We're good. Yeah.
The bar tab was done at 8:15 p.m.
Yeah.
And I was so proud.
I know. When they announced that, I was kind of proud for us too. I was like, wow, we did a thing tonight.
Yeah, I'm surprised that anybody remembered. How fun it was.
It was great. What stuck out to me is you and Kiki were on the stage. It was at the Irish Cultural Center. Isn't that what it's called? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it's stage. It's a venue. So it's a stage and an open sort of dance room or dance hall. And then you had all the tables. But what was cool is during the actual ceremony part is everyone was so engaged in what was happening. Everyone came right up to the stage and were watching you like a show. And it was just so neat. And people were talking to you. You made comments back to people. And it just felt really, it was a special time for sure.
Yeah.
So thank you for hosting us for such a great night. And I will add, Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
I mean, I went all out that night.
You did. You looked great.
I did my first Day of the Dead makeup just for you guys.
That was the first time you'd ever done it?
Yeah.
It looked amazing.
YouTube tutorial.
Thank God for YouTube.
I know. But of course, you also filmed a video that night. Mm-hmm. Tell everybody about that brainchild, because that was brilliance.
So yeah, we had this slow motion photo booth, and the slow motion photo booth, anybody could get up there. We had all these sorts of props and confetti and stuff, and they'd do some wacky movement. We'd record it, and then we had hours and hours of all this footage. Mm-hmm. And so I decided, what better way to use this footage than to make a music video?
Was that your intention going in?
It wasn't not my intention.
Okay,
I'm
fair.
Always looking for a music video idea.
Yeah.
Especially one that I already have the footage for.
Yeah.
And as I was watching back this footage, I was like, this needs music. And I make music. And I have music that needs music videos. And so I put it all together and I put it to this song called Two Hardworking Lovers with a Job to Do, which is a song about Kiki and me anyways.
Yeah.
So it was perfect that we had all of our best friends having so much fun in this music video together. And it turned out really, really good. I'm really proud of it. And
it's cool.
We got some good looking friends.
I was going to say, it was a very vain moment. Now I get to put on my resume that I'm in Sam Chase's video for a split second, but I'm there. I have a screenshot of it. Yeah. We were watching that on the plane, actually going to New Orleans or coming back. I don't remember. And Jay was like over my shoulder looking for his moment. I was like, calm down, dude. Yeah. It's really cool. But no, it made me laugh. I was like, of course, Sam did a music video at his own wedding because it's just very on brand for you. Like you're always capturing these really cool moments, both of course, on his TV show, but also in audio. It's funny because after your wedding, and we don't have to talk about this if you don't want to, but you referenced Little Team quite a bit. And then I noticed it back in a song. Yeah. And because I was, you're on my running playlist, and I was like, oh, I know what that is now.
Yeah,
it was really cute. I was like, oh my God.
I'm so glad you picked that up.
I did. Yeah. Well, I listened to, you are one of the greatest songwriters that's ever walked the face of this earth. The truth.
You hear that?
I speak the truth. He's a storyteller of all ages, and it's like seriously in the books. But I'm very keen to your lyrics, and so when I heard that, I was like, oh, I know what that is now. Look at me. Yep. So what's in store for the Sam Chase in 2024?
Well, 2024 looks big. There's a lot of things that we can't yet announce, but we do have some things on the horizon. It's almost booked out entirely this entire year.
I wondered that. I wondered if you like plan it all out way in advance. Yeah. I thought you did.
You have to. And, so the last 3 years we've been doing, European runs or England runs. And so we're planning that again, hopefully for October.
Okay.
And
what area this time?
Well, we're going to do England and then hopefully go into the mainland somewhere.
Okay.
Onto the continent,
yes,
as they say.
Okay.
But we got some festivals lined up. We have, tours lined up. It's just getting we're a big band. So it's 8 people that we have to get on board. And we're recording too. So we're trying to get a new song out pretty soon, a new single, and then get back into the studio to kind of fill out another album. So it's a lot of work, but it's doing the work that we love and working with your best friends making art. You can't ask for anything better.
You cannot. I don't know how you're going to top the last album. That may be my favorite. It's incredibly hard to pick a Sam Chase album that's your favorite, but the last one, beginning to end, that's why I asked you to play My Funeral, was after listening to that whole album, I was like, it's perfection. Do you feel pressure from something like that? Or do you just go, nope, that was a time and place, and then this is going to be a new time and place in this album? Until
something is entirely done, that pressure always exists. And I think that it's a necessary thing, a tool in order to create something that you can be proud of, is to feel that pressure. I didn't know that the last album was going to be good until I listened to that final master. And I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Oh, thank God. Because I didn't think anything was going to top the album that came before it.
I know. And you're always going to be in that cycle, I guess.
Yeah. And the thing with creating art, to me, is it feels like a gift that is given to you rather than a skill that is developed over time. And that at any point that gift can be taken away. Like right now, I feel like I don't have the gift, like I need to be given back the gift. Like I'm feeling very, I'm feeling like a songwriting constipation right now that I can't seem to really get the proper release of art that needs to happen.
That is such a visual that puts in my head now.
I need an artistic laxative that can loosen up the art that is stuck inside me.
Yes. Well, actually that goes back to... So eloquent. That goes back to the question that I was going to say before, is like when you say a gift, I'm going to get deep on you, but I know you can go there with me. Where is that gift coming from? Is that an ancestral gift? Is it somebody who loved Sam Chase that's coming back to help you out? Or do you think it's like an entity of its own? I feel like I just did mushrooms, but you're following me.
No, I'm so high right now.
Spacey.
Well, I want to think that it's not a gift. I want to think that it's a skill that is earned, because if it is a gift, it is something that can be taken away. It is something that can be lost. Whereas with something that is, earned over time and developed and something, I am just not feeling like writing a song but if it truly is a gift, I have no idea. It's, the spirits in the air, something circling in the ether, our beloved dead that are whispering into your ears, I have no idea where it may come from. But all that I know is when it does come, I am amazingly surprised that type of art can come from somebody like me. Until it comes out, I'm like, no, I'm not a person that can think that deeply or create something that can rhyme at the same time as thinking deeply. But
yet you consistently are. And that's what's amazing.
Yeah, I don't feel very consistent right now, but I do. But,
the constipation is.
But it is, it is something that when it does come out, it's like, wow, that was, I'll listen back to old albums and think to myself, like, how did I do that?
That's fascinating.
But then when the art flows freely, it's as if I'm not working hard at it at all. It just kind of comes out naturally.
Yeah.
There's a book that I didn't read that's all about that songwriting process, and they interview all of these different songwriters. Okay. And I believe it was Tom Waits. I believe. Say in the comments if I'm right or not. But Tom Waits says something along the lines of, when it comes to you, it has to come to you at the right time. And then he has this kind of like anecdote of, he's driving down the road and the spirit of song comes to him and he's like, not now, I'm driving, and it's true. Great. Like when it hits, you have to stop everything if you really truly want to take advantage of that inspiration when it hits you.
There is a book, and I did read it, but I don't remember the name of it, but the same concept is in that book, and it blows my mind to think about it. She talks about, I think it's Elizabeth Gilbert, she talks about creativity sort of being this entity that is in another plane and that visits you. So let's say it visits Sam, but you aren't catching it and you're not feeling it and you don't grab it, that it will then move its spirit to someone else that will acknowledge it and will take it and will run with it. And I just thought that was fascinating.
That is fascinating. Have you ever had a dream where you were writing a song in a dream and it's the greatest song that has ever existed? I mean, I feel like this is something that doesn't just happen to me, but like to everybody. When you hear a song, you're like, that's the most beautiful song I've ever heard. Yeah. But it's coming from you. Yeah. And in your dream, the feelings that you get from it. And then you wake up and you can't remember what the song is.
I've definitely had that about ideas for sure. Never songs, because I'm not a songwriter, but I've definitely had that. I'm like, wow, that was a stroke of brilliance. What was that again?
Yeah. So the magic, whether it comes from outside or inside, it's you're harnessing and being able to grab onto something that is either buried so deep or is so far away. Right. That to be able to pull it out, I think, is the hard part. It's always there. Yeah. But it's just a matter of being able to see it when it is on the surface. I definitely think that I would have to argue as a consumer of your art that it is living in you. And the reason I say that is very specific, because when I see you on stage, you've embodied this in such a way that you have everyone in the room at your command. And that's I don't even know if I would call that a skill. I don't even know what that is. That's the X Factor. They named a damn show after it. But it's not easy to get everyone in the room to follow your lead. Because people are drinking and they're having side conversations. I was at a show last night. People are talking behind me. I'm like, would you F off? I never have that experience at your shows. Everyone's locked in. And I think it's because that exchange of energy, because you're so connected to the audience. Is that how you feel about it from your side of the stage? I'm constantly amazed at the ability to be able to harness that. Yeah. But I do feel that when I give my attention, my full and undivided attention to an audience, I can get that attention back. And I think that is a developed skill that you can get over time. I don't think that it's something it's nerve-wracking to get up in front of an audience, but the more comfortable you can be in front of an audience, the more comfortable the audience could be watching you. But I think also you can command more attention when you're more comfortable and when you have something to say. Yeah. Because a lot of people just get up on stage and they don't really have much to say. The songs are good. Yeah. But they don't really have much to say. Yeah. If I have something that I can give to the audience that I'm, something that I'm trying to say, whether it's in the song or in between songs. Yeah. It's a balancing act where you're trying to hold water in your hands. It's like if it's a balancing act. The other artist that does exactly what you do that comes to mind is Prince. I saw Prince. Wow. Because I saw him, it was his last show, unfortunately, at Oakland Arena. And, it holds, I don't even know, let's just say 12,000 people, 15,000 people, whatever. And it felt like I was sitting in his living room. Because it was him and a piano, it was just the stripped down version of him. And it was such a wild experience to watch somebody sit on a stage with that many people. And I felt like I had my feet kicked up on his coffee table and we were chilling. Wow. It was incredible. And that's how I feel at every show you have, whether it's in a big place or a small place, it doesn't matter. It's always the same. So that's just something special that I don't know that you can learn. I don't know that you can learn that. I think that's just something in you. I'll take it. So congratulations. It's you and Prince. Yeah, I'll take it. We're doing a lot for your vanity today, aren't we? Your ego. I've got goosebumps everywhere. I love it. Mission accomplished. Okay, so here's one funny note I'll leave you with.
this is so strange to say, but I'm going to say it. Last time we talked on camera, at least, I asked you to play at my funeral. Mm-hmm. So on my adulting list this year is the will. We're trying to make a will because we own 2 homes now. And so we're like, okay, it's important. Mm-hmm. So we're doing our important stuff and then like our wishes, right? Because if we're going to talk about this macabre thing, we're just going to get all out there. So you're going to be like in my wishes, like my last.
Fantastic.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
I want this man to play this at my funeral.
Yeah.
The hardest part is deciding the what.
Well,
the which song.
The hardest part is dying before me.
True. And I want to make it clear, I'm not going anywhere, or at least I don't plan to.
Yeah.
But this conversation came up one time, and then our lawyer, our financial advisor, was like, you really need to get a will. And we started talking about it, and I thought, how funny is it that Sam Chase is going to be in my will? So congratulations again.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing, but...
It was going to be Prince.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It was. You'll play second fiddle, I guess, to Prince anytime?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I know you already know who the Sam Chase is. I don't got to tell you, but if there's a small chance you don't, go find him. Where do you hang out on social most? Like, where do you point people to at this point?
Oh man, I hate social media so much.
I know, we all do.
I'm on all the socials, all the Spotify's, all your Apple Music's, all the things.
All the
Just
things.
Google The Sam Chase. You'll find everything right there, or you can go to thesamchase.com and see all of our shows that we're playing all throughout the country and the world. And yeah, that's
your big pitch.
pitch.
That's your big pitch. All right. Thank you for being here as always.
Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll be right back.